So one of my favorite things that I love is I love the old school coach lights. You know how you see in the old movies, like the Dickens movies, and you see the flickering lights, and it just has that wonderful feel? Well, guess what we have for you today? And I've never seen, is this brand new, Rebecca? I've never seen this before. You know, sometimes we have the big tall lights that we have, and they're like 129 bucks or whatever for one. We're doing 2 of the mid-size coach lantern lights for $99.95. So Paul says we only brought in 750. They're gonna go very fast. You don't get one, you get 2 of these. And guess what the best part is? You don't have to plug them in, you don't have to wire them. They are totally solar. So they charge during the day. And you know what's really cool too? They only weigh like 3 pounds. So you can add soil or rocks or stones to base them, like this lovely lady did. Look, she put them on the steps. Oh my gosh. 2 of these for $99.95. I love them. And remember, they charge up during the day, so they're still pretty during the day. And then at night, when dusk comes and the lights go down, you have these beautiful coach lights. Rebecca, come on out here. You always bring the most beautiful lights.
Thank you. I think so too. Aren't they beautiful?
Oh my gosh. I'm so freaked out about how cool they are. And by the way, too, they put the most money into the solar tops. There are 4 solar panels on top. And
yes,
that's what gives you the light. And I am so glad they did flicker. You know we talk about that all the time.
And the frosted panes, it's just beautiful. But it's so simple to put together. It took me 10 minutes. And you know what we're all doing? I think you guys are seeing this too. In the last few years, what people have been doing is they're taking their living areas, like their yards, their patios, and they're making them an extension of their home. They're making them beautiful gazebos or sitting areas, something, a little getaway after a stressful day, maybe a crazy commute, to come home, to sit and relax and enjoy. And I don't think you're gonna find a more peaceful or relaxing vibe than when you place these gorgeous lanterns right next to them.
And imagine having them, decorating them for holiday.
Oh, you can.
You could put Christmas stuff on them, and you could decorate them with different Christmas flowers, or, you know, we just had St. Patty's Day and we had Easter. You could fill them with Easter eggs. You could do so many different things. Here's what I'll tell you. I can tell because I have a gauge in my head. I'm looking out there at our people.
You have a gauge in your head.
I have a gauge in my head, and just a lot of chairs. I told these guys, it's like a library up there. There's no books, just lots of chairs. Anyway, I don't know what that means, but we laughed at it, right? All right, look, they just came on.
Do you see how automatic they are?
I'm in a Dickens movie right now. I am in a Charles Dickens movie.
You feel, when you're sitting amongst these or staring at these, you feel like you're strolling in Savannah, New Orleans, the gas lamp district of San Diego. It's absolutely beautiful. And you get 2, which is always, my husband makes so much fun of me because he said, you're all about symmetry. You're all about balance. So I love the fact that you get 2. So flank these at the end of your driveway. Put them up your walkway.
Front of the house, right in the front of the house.
We have this in the back where you just were with Carrie. Look at how gorgeous that is.
I love it.
Just to sit, have a drink at the end of the day and relax. And every single night at dusk, without you having to worry about flipping a switch, without adding any money to your electricity bill, it is going to turn on automatically.
Yeah. Let the Lord pay for it.
Let the Lord pay for it.
I'm feeling
that
Let the Lord pay for it.
I love it.
All right, so when we did the package, we looked at one, and we could have done one, obviously, you know, at a cheaper price, but everybody was in agreement. These are really good to have 2 to flank something. So if you have a swimming pool, right, and it could be an indoor or above ground, what doesn't matter, or built-in pool, and you don't want to run electricity out there around the pool area because it's wet, right? You could, because you got kids and pets and you don't want to, you know, any issues there. You can get 2 of these and you can put them anywhere. What I love about these is, even in the winter, you could keep these out as long as they're getting sun all day. Remember, there's nothing to go bad. You've got heavy-duty materials that this is made out of that are going to last year after year after year. Before we go through the features, Paul just said, Guy, 600 left. I knew this was going to happen.
I know, they're so beautiful.
So 600 if you want them, but flickering lights. So they really look like real flames. You know, there's a light bulb on the market that's like $60. It's one bulb, and it flickers.
Yes.
And it's like, you see it all the time on Facebook, and they're trying to promote it.
Exactly.
This has 2 of the flickering bulbs, but you don't have to worry about power. They are solar powered. There's no electric wiring.
No ugly cords or anything. You don't have to have it near an outlet.
And it comes with the base?
It comes with the base. Okay. So let me walk you through. It's 3.5 feet tall. It's about 1 foot wide at the base. This is just shy of 4-gallon planter. They both come with the planter. So when you get it, took me 10 minutes to build both of these. Very, very, very simple. You're gonna fill it with some rocks or with maybe some stones. That's gonna do 2 things for you. First of all, it's gonna act as a base because this is this is made with high-grade materials that will be able to stay out year-long.
It mimics, it looks just like wrought iron.
It does.
But it's not wrought iron, otherwise it would weigh 100 pounds each, and nobody wants that.
But it's important to note that when you get these, this isn't just something you're gonna have out this spring and summer. You can have this year-round.
Right.
I love that. So, yes, in the summer, let's put beautiful flowers in them. You could put an herb garden, anything you want. But then in the, say, fall, you could put some leaves in there.
And don't you love that they don't have to be permanent?
No,
so if you want to change them, if you're having a party and you want to move them out into a, an area, or maybe you're having a romantic dinner and you're like, I'm going to put these by that little love seat we have out in the yard, that garden seat, and I'm going to put them out there. If you want to put them in front of a picture window, you can put them there. If you're having a party and you want to put them, hey, which is your house? It's the one with the 2 lampposts at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And listen, this is it, guys. Okay. Couple fingers. The reason I show you, that's a good thing. I don't need 2 wrought iron posts. Yeah, and look at how they pop on. Man,
and do you see the frosted panels? It's just beautiful. It looks like a flickering flame. I love that you brought up Dickens, because can you imagine these at Christmas time?
Oh my gosh.
Decorating them, and you'll feel like you're in England.
I'd be out there with my Scrooge outfit. No, I mean, I'd be out there with my, I don't know what outfit. But anyway, let's talk about the different uses, right?
Look at that, the garden, the lanai. I love it in the pool area like you mentioned, because there's no electricity needed. You just need that sun. I have these underneath my porch, and it gets enough sun out there and it pops on.
Yeah.
In the yard, we even have some that shows you in the garden area. This amongst all of your other flowers that you have. It's very beautiful. I love that you can move it around.
Yeah.
But my favorite is the sitting area.
I'm gonna add some things there. What if you're doing a wedding? Right? Oh, and you want to flank where the bride and the groom are going to be, whether it's their table or whether it's their altar or whatever it is. You can put these up, and you didn't have to spend $500 or $150 a piece to rent them for the day. You get them and you own them. You're having a party for one of your kids. You're having a sleepover. I mean, think about how much fun this would be and how much real ambiance it brings to your home. It takes a home and all of a sudden turns it into sort of a country home, or an old, like we said when we were talking about Dickens, Oliver Twist or A Christmas Carol, or all those wonderful old coach lights that you used to see in old movies. I mean, it's a little of the past brought back, but with all the modern features. And can't emphasize enough, there's so many things to talk about with these, that you never have to power them. Because
and you have to remember,
who pays for it?
God.
The
Lord pays for it. I was going to say that.
The sun goes down. The sunlight charges them all day. And there's 4 big solar panels on top.
Here, let me show you that, actually.
And the sun charges them. And then as soon as it gets dark, these little guys pop on. And did you see how much light they have? A lot of solar lamps, and not solar spots, but solar lamps. They just barely light up. You saw how nice and bright these were. So, Paul, will you update me? How many we have left? All right. So Paul said he's going to put up a left counter eventually, and it says 600, but he says be wary because there are close to 200 people that are going to be are shopping either online or in some fashion. So if you'd like them, and by the way, you have our 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. This is the only airing. I'm trying to think where I'd put them in my house.
I got an idea. I was going to actually tell you this. As I'm a mom, so I'm just going to tell you right now.
Okay.
If you want to give a beautiful gift to your mother or any mom in your life for Mother's Day, this would be perfect. You could decorate them in seconds. And I'm telling you, I've sent flowers before. This is how much it costs to be able to send flowers to your mom. But look at how beautiful. They could have this year round.
Yeah, and I like the shorter stature is great for sitting areas, right?
Right.
I mean, you can still put them on the steps. Nobody cares. They still look beautiful. But if you're in an area, where you're going to be sitting or hanging out and stuff like that, it's really ideal. That's why, around the pool, all those areas are wonderful. But you put them wherever you want. We are getting dangerously close to selling out of these. So if you'd like them, we're not going to send you 1, we're going to send you 2. We're going to go over the whole presentation really quick again, but what we're offering today is a way to get really expensive, kind of old school looking lighting. And if you had to go and buy coach lights, first of all, real gas coach lights, they'd be out of your reach, trust me, because you'd probably spend thousands of dollars on each, and you'd have to run gas.
And you have to run gas to it.
You ever say wanted to run a gas line in my house?
No.
$6 grand.
$6 grand?
Yeah, $6,000. The town wanted to run from this point to my driveway, so I bought a propane tank. And
that was my guys. You take that.
Propane tank. Anyway.
Let me show you the technology.
But, it really looks like gas.
It does. It looks 100% like gas, but it's really important for you to know too. You don't even have to remember to turn on the
that just makes me happy.
Automatically, it will turn on. There's 4 solar panels on top. They charge 2 batteries that come with it, already installed. on the top, and automatically, when that sun goes down, look at this light.
Look at the flicker.
You know, when you first got those solar lights, it was white, nothing. That's all you got.
Awesome.
And look at how beautiful that is.
And yet, completely cool because
cool to the touch,
it's LED inside
Which,
there.
what else does it mean? It's going to last forever.
Yeah,
and ever,
these
and
bulbs, honestly, you could smash them on the ground. These are bulbs that last forever because what denigrates bulbs is heat, and there's no heat. So it works in a whole different type of energy source. So you get the great color, you get the look of a candle, which would be dangerous. And you know, when you look, you need to go back to, we were talking about going back to times of Oliver Twist and all that in those times. But you know, the #1 cause of problems was fires.
Fire,
because of lanterns and candles and gas. So you get the look of that charming Coach lantern look, but you get none of the hassles that go on. You never have to replace it. And
it never adds a penny to your electric bill. It does, you don't have any of those ugly, sightly, unsightly cords running around your yard.
That.
It's standalone.
That would ruin the whole illusion for me.
I know.
I'd be like, hey, that's not a Coach light, that's a corded light, you 21st century person.
You're on fire.
Get out of my dream. Get out of my fantasy.
Get out of my head with all the chairs, whatever you said. But it's 3.5 feet tall. I love it in a sitting area because when I come home at the end of a crazy day, I want to grab a drink, I want to sit outside, I want to relax, and nothing is going to give you that relaxing, peaceful vibe than this gas lamp look. It's
I love it. All right, so Paul says about, even though it says 500, he said there's a couple hundred people. He said maybe 300 hard quantity. So if you'd like to get one of these, well, I'll give you 2. You buy 1, you get 2. It's 2 for $99.95. What I really love about our gardening shows too this time of year is we're getting a lot of stuff that nobody's ever seen before.
Right, brand new.
Which is lots of fun. So if you, and I know when you get this home and you put this out, remember one thing, you do want to keep it out where it gets sunshine. Okay, you don't want to put it in the shade because without the sun, then you don't have any way to power it up. So make sure it gets sun. The nice thing too is that if you needed to move it to the sun because it only weighs a few pounds, and even if you put 5 or 10 pounds worth of stuff in it, it still only weighs 15 or 20 pounds. You can move it to the sun, and then when the sun goes down, this is what you have.
But I do want to point out, I have them very far underneath my porch, like right by the door, and every night they still go off.
Crazy.
So they still get enough sun just